There will be 3 titles on the line at RevPro UK's high stakes. Ospreay's first NJPW strong appearance has been confirmed. Jonathon Gresham is coming to Wrestle Carnival. Paige possibly coming out of retirement. And Saber Jr. defends the IWGP tag titles at Wrestle Slam Night 2. And Nick Aldis' historic NWA Championship run has finally come to an end. Hello, everyone, and welcome to TNT, a Great British Wrestling podcast for Great British Wrestling, as featured on bodyslam.net. I am your host, the Great British Otaku, Mr. Andrew Moore, and Eaton Most, and my co-host, he is the World Wrestling T-shirt champion of the world, Big Daddy Dan for short. How you doing, Dan?
I am very, very good. Thank you, Andy. And today I am repping Respect the Beard, bit of the old long sleeve, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, Respect the Beard. Yeah, I've gone for to this week. Big Bad Kaiju, O'Shea Edwards over at ROH, killing it with Shane Taylor production and promotion, STP. And of course, I didn't get to show this off last week. I forgot to bring it with me. But I got my Crash Boat t-shirt. My fiance
amazing.
Picked this up last week while we were at North. Fantastic t-shirt, great quality, Crash Boat, and absolutely love the guys Crash Boat and Rebecca Resner, who designed this shirt. Congratulations on your first title appearance, your debut recently. I know you're going to go and kick ass, so welcome.
Indeed.
We've got a huge show today, actually, including reviews of RevPro UK's 9th anniversary, the FNW Renaissance show, which you did actually go to.
I did.
The TNT Ignition Outrage show, the latest NXT UK, ICW Fight Club, and Progress Chapter 119. That's a lot.
It is a lot, isn't it? Should we get started straight away then?
Actually, just before we get onto a lot of those, I just want to say this weekend, I was at EPW, Entertainment Pro Wrestling. It's American Wrestling. It was a show in Redcar this past Friday. And, well, I live in a town called Marsk, and the next town over is Redcar. So I thought, you know what, local show. I managed to get VIP tickets for like £5 because it was the first 30 tickets for this price, which I managed to get, which was awesome.
Sweet.
And it was really fun. It was a really family friendly show. There was loads of kids. It was quite late, so I was surprised at actually how many children, but they were so into it. All the little ones. It was so, I don't know, it's engaging how these children, they just got so into like the faces and the bad guys and booing the bad guys, cheering. Obviously they just didn't know the names, so they didn't know kind of chant any names, but they were like, get up when the hero was down and the villain was up. And yeah, it was really just a lot of fun. And I won 3 tickets to a couple of their next shows, wherever their next shows may be.
Fantastic.
One of them will be in Middlesbrough. Sorry, go.
I enjoy family-friendly wrestling. When I went to Rumble Wrestling, which I am hoping to go back to very soon for their finals of the Mal Mason Lightweight Tournament, that was very family-friendly. There were actually 2 birthday parties there. The parents had organised the kids' birthday parties, so had taken the whole lot along, and it was a really positive atmosphere. And that's the thing about wrestling. It can be anything. You can have a positive atmosphere with a kid's birthday party at a Rumble show, or you can have a positive atmosphere in a deathmatch tournament in Liverpool.
Indeed. So yeah, this is a company, EPW. They do run a few holiday camps in the area and just run a few shows in the Teesside area. And nice company. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember all of the guys I saw and their names, but Big Bubba W defeated El Temple. Jimmy Jackson defeated, I'm sorry, couldn't remember the guy's name. I got to see MVK Falcabulous or Falcabulous. Yeah. MVK, and he was taking on the old Sheikh El Sham. So,
ooh, he's a big old boy, isn't he?
Got to see Sheikh El Sham in the flesh. So's MVK, because MVK made him been a little bit bigger, actually.
Ooh.
So somebody to look out for as well. Very athletic, very hyperactive, very, very athletic. So very
Talking
colourful.
about very athletic and colourful characters, or maybe not quite so athletic. Let's go into our first news story. A new NWA champion.
Oh, really? Yes. A new NWA champion. Nick Aldis has lost his belt. And to Trevor Murdoch. Congratulations, Trevor Murdoch. Yay. Sort of. I mean, yeah, I remember his WWE run.
Yes.
Was it Lance Cade?
It was indeed.
You know, it was a good. I thought they were a good tag team. Never figured they would have big singles run. Of course, they didn't. Rest in peace to Lance Cade. But yeah, Trevor Murdoch he's now the NWA champion, and Nick Aldis is beltless. Surely he's going to win it back.
I do hope so. I do hope so. I can only see Murdoch as a transitional champion.
And that's no disrespect to Trevor Murdoch, but yeah, I agree with you. He has to be a transitional champion.
Nick Aldis was the perfect modern NWA champion. He dressed like an NWA world champion. He held himself in that way. For me, he was absolutely the right person for the rebuilding of the NWA.
100%. Nick Aldis. It's not just he carried himself like a true champion. You know, he always made it clear that this was the true world heavyweight title because of its lineage. Its lineage dates back further than any other world title out there at the moment.
It dates back as far as Triple H's office wall, I believe.
Yeah, so it dates back quite a lot, and yeah, as you say, he always carried himself like a champion. He's a superstar. He really is, and he could have been. And I've never understood why WWE didn't come knocking on the door.
No, neither do I. But you can watch this. You can see this. It's available on Fight TV, so you can watch and see how Trevor Murdoch wins the NWA World Championship.
And you know what? What's next? Tell us what's next for Nick Aldis out there. Tell us what you think of Trevor Murdoch's win, whether you feel he's going to be a transitional champion or whether you feel he's going to go on for a run. Tell us, let us know. Talk to us in the comments. We'll clip this video and see what we can get. Super. Yeah, talking about another superstar who carries himself like a true superstar, Saber Jr. He and his partner Taichi, Dangerous Techers, the best tag team name in all of wrestling right now. So he is set to defend the IWGP Tag Team Championships in a triple threat tag team match against Naito and Sanada, as well as Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. They only just recently won the belts back from Sanada and Naito. Zack Sabre and Jr. They had the belts, then they lost them to Sanada and Naito, then they won them back. Now they're in this triple threat. What do you reckon? Let's put this one on the board.
Okay.
So it's going to just be will Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi retain? Yes or no?
No, and I'm willing to say who I think is going to get the belt as well.
Ooh. Okay, go for it. Let's see if you can get up 2 points because I'm going, yes, they will defend.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to go no.
I'm going to go no, and I'm going to say Naito and Sanada.
Ooh. And as I say, if this goes, I will give you 2 points for
only because you're so damn confident about all the other points that you're ahead by.
No, because when we get to the anniversary show, you kick my ass. Well, not quite kick my ass, but we had three on the board, and we'll get to it. But yeah, I mean, Zack Sabre Jr. is still killing it in New Japan. Dangerous Techers is, as I say, the best tag team name in all of wrestling. Yep. He's got the Techers. Oh, come on, Dan. Go on then. Beat the name.
I'll get back to you.
You get back to me. Okay. Another British superstar who might be coming back to the ring.
Indeed, Paige has once again hinted that she might be returning. On Sunday, she tweeted the words, "I'm not done yet." This isn't really a cryptic message, but she has made a cryptic message on the bio of her profile. She did a Twitch stream today, and she's working hard to come back to wrestling. And according to Denise Salcedo, I'll get it. Denise Salcedo of Instant Culture, she wants it to be a surprise and doesn't plan on telling anyone when it will happen. She did also note that it's not happening tomorrow, but she's mentally ready for it and plans to record her progress prior to this on Twitch. My contract is up in June of next year, Paige said. Now, this is quite exciting. Do you think that they'll want her? What do you think? And then I'll say what she thinks.
You got to keep. I mean, if Paige can get back to wrestling, WWE need her right now. In fact, out there straight away, every promotion out there needs Paige if Paige returns.
I would agree with that. She has the personality and the skills to absolutely succeed and to elevate wherever she goes. Her opinion is, she said, "Who knows if they want to give me a new contract? Who's to say they would want to? If they did, I'd love to have Twitch as part of the contract."
Now, other people have managed to get Twitch as a part of their contract, but now, it has to be fully stated in the contract. There's talks of Adam Cole, who, as far as I'm aware, still hasn't re-signed.
I haven't seen anything that says he's signed yet. Last I heard, he was tied up in his house, nobody allowed in and out, and he wasn't allowed to answer the phone until a contract was signed. But I think that might have been over-exaggerated.
Indeed. And the other, Pete Dunne says, I still had seen no word on Pete Dunne's contract. And by the way, we put that little vote out. It came back 80% adamant, yes, Pete Dunne has the it factor.
Excellent.
So, people are high on Pete Dunne, so he's part of that big storyline at the moment, and well, not big, he's part of a faction at the moment with Rich Holland,
yes,
Danny Burch, and Only Lorcan. So be interesting to see, but as of now, I mean, as far as I'm aware, this is the day his contract was up.
Yes, so it should be. He has reportedly been offered a new contract, but I've not heard whether he's signed or not.
No, it's still out there. So again, come at us. Does Adam Cole resign? Does Pete Dunne resign? If they don't, where do they go? Where does Pete Dunne go if he doesn't resign with WWE?
I know where I hope he goes.
You're going to say AEW?
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm going to say...
I hope he comes back to the UK.
I'm going to say Ring of Honor. Because I can really see him doing well in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he could be a world champion in Ring of Honor, a pure champion at Ring of Honor. I think you're really right. I think it is the right promotion for him. If not, it's the New Japan Strong in America at the moment. They're doing really good things. A lot of the ROH guys do seem to work there as well. So it could be that he gets to work for both promotions.
Where else do Ring of Honor people work, Andy?
Well, this came out of nowhere today, and I honestly cannot believe I saw it, but I did. It was like, Sylvester. I taught a putty cat. I taught a really good match. I did. Wrestle Carnival, Ring of Honor, Jonathon Gresham. So Wrestle Carnival announced today that ROH Pure Champion Jonathon Gresham will be putting his Pure Championship on the line at a Wrestle Carnival show against Smash Mouth Chris Ridgway. And this is going to be at the Wrestle Carnival Pure show, which will once again be in conjunction with Ring of Honor, with matches again streaming on the week-by-week YouTube show for Ring of Honor. And the date is Saturday the
12th, I think, is it?
I don't know. It's been all over Twitter today because obviously we have a relationship with Wrestle Carnival. They do tag us in a lot of things, and the reaction to seeing this match is absolutely ridiculous. So it's on October the 9th. So Saturday, October the 9th. It's an evening show, which is slightly different to what they've done before. It is at the Portland Centre in Nottingham. Tickets are now on sale. The show will also feature Jetta, Alex Windsor, and Joe Hendry. Tickets are on sale at WrestleCarnival.com. And as I say again, Ring of Honor superstar, ROH Pure Champion, Jonathon Gresham is coming to Wrestle Carnival to put his belt on the line against Chris Ridgway for one reason. He knows Wrestle Carnival is one of the breakout promotions in the UK. He also knows that Chris Ridgway is one of the best pure wrestlers in the world right now. And he's going to get to choose. He's going to get to prove it. Oh, I can't wait. I'm trying to find a way to get to the show. I really am. It's ridiculous. I need to find a way to get to it. I know it's going to be streaming ROH week by week, but I need to see Jonathon Gresham versus Chris Ridgway live. Come on. How can you not want to see that? I've
got to admit, I would love to see that live. We know the venue's great, and no matter where you're sat at that venue, you've got a really good view as well. So, yes, I would love to. Now, Wrestle Carnival have also announced the 8th and final match for the Carnival of Honor show on the 12th of September. That's why I was getting confused with the 12th. It is a mixed-gendered tag team four-corner survival match. Ooh.
Indeed.
Terry Izzet and Joe the Fan, who's also
it's John Cena. I'm telling you, that's John Cena.
Possibly, after he's gone through the tumble dryer. So that's Terry Izzet and Joe the Fan versus BDSM, the Big Dangerous Scary Mammals, Charles Crowley and Clementine, versus Chantel Jordan and Lion Kid, versus Ivy and Brady Phillips. That's quite a good match.
It's going to be a really fun match, and it's ROH. I mean, it's Wrestle Carnival, so you know it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, Clementine and Charles Crowley are going to be involved. Chantel Jordan is a kick-ass. Ivy is a badass. Brady Phillips is a heavyweight.
Yeah,
I was really impressed with Phillips.
I think is really stepping up at the moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's a breakout talent right now. And Brady Phillips, who we got to see at the show against Charlie Sterling, he earned a fan that day. Well, I'd never seen Brady Phillips before, and that was my first time I got to see him. Absolutely jacked, looks fantastic, and can wrestle like a badass.
Yeah. So the final card looks like this: a Ring of Honor Pure Rules match, Dean Allmark versus Doug Williams. Heart of Shimmer World Championship match, Alex Windsor versus Hyan. We then have the Mother of Chaos, Casey versus Giselle Shaw. That is going to be, I think that match could steal the show. Lizzie Evo and Alexis Falcon versus Heidi Katrina and Session Moth Martina. A tap or snap submission match with Chris Ridgway versus Carlos Romo.
That's going to steal the show.
That's possible. We then have Leighton Buzzard versus Joe Hendry. All of these matches could steal the bloody show. Will Cruz versus Kyle Kingsley. And then we have our match that we just mentioned, the mixed gender tag four corners match. All of these matches will be streamed on the Ring of Honor YouTube show week by week, hosted by Quinn McKay, the lovely Quinn McKay. It will also be a stream on IWTV. And of course, you will be able to watch it if you join Wrestle Carnival's Patreon.
Indeed. Next, the man, Will Ospreay, right now is a champion. Well, he's actually he is a champion. He's still the British heavyweight UK champion, and he walks and talks like a champion. We finally got announcement for his first show back for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Obviously, has returned to action for Rev Pro, competing at the 9th anniversary show, which we'll be talking about in just a second. But Will Ospreay will make his NJPW strong debut at the Autumn Attack show, which is on the 25th of September, where he'll be facing Carl Fredericks. The young lion, well, the former US young lion. He has also been announced as part of the NJPW Strong's New Japan Showdown on the 16th and 17th of October. So continuing on, we're talking about Will Ospreay with Rev Pro. They have announced that all 3 of the biggest championships will be on the line at high stakes York Hall, including Will Ospreay's undisputed British heavyweight championship. The other ones will Giselle Shaw will be defending, well, if she's still champion, Giselle Shaw will be defending her championship. And Destination Everywhere will also be defending their tag team titles. This is going to be at the high stakes at York Hall on the 19th of September. High stakes is always Rev Pro's biggest show of the year. Last year at high stakes, Will Ospreay won the British Heavyweight Championship of Saber Jr, announcing himself as a heavyweight and going on, obviously, to that phenomenal run with NJPW. And unfortunately, injury has kept him out, but he's come back now. And wow, I know we're going to talk about what was said after the show. So before we can actually get onto who these guys' opponents are, we do need to talk about the Rev Pro 9th anniversary show, which is available on RPW On Demand. My computer, stop.
Okay, so we had Michael Oku against Robbie X to begin with. And that match was won by Michael Oku. And this must have been a difficult one with the fact that they have been tagging together recently as well. We then had Dan Maloney against Alex, that's what they chanted at him last time, against Adam Maxted.
Wait, I've lost my, bear with me, sorry.
I'm bearing with you.
Highway.
Dan Maloney defeated Adam Maxted.
Yes. Right, let me go. So Dan Maloney defeated Adam Maxted. High-Hand defeated Sky Smithson. The Young Guns defeated Aussie Open. Giselle Shaw defeated Mariah May. Destination Everywhere defeated the Legion for the Great British Tag League, becoming the new Rev Pro Tag Team Champions.
Mm-hmm.
Will Ospreay defeated Doug Williams, retaining his Rev Pro UK Heavyweight Championship. Ricky Knight then defeated Shota Umino, retaining his Rev Pro UK Heavyweight Championship. And it was a hell of a show. So let's go on to the Rev Pro High Stakes. RKJ will be facing Will Ospreay for the Rev Pro UK Heavyweight Undisputed Championship. I've loved all of this. RKJ has been an absolute star. Will Ospreay has been brilliant. I love when, as I say, he beat Dan Maloney in the Southside tournament final using Will Ospreay's Hidden Blade. The next show, he retired the Southside Heavyweight Championship and took the old Rev Pro Heavyweight Championship, the one that was held by guys like AJ Styles, Zack Saber Jr., Hiroshi Tanahashi, Minoru Suzuki, and many other great people, but not Will Ospreay. And obviously he's been vocal about Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay obviously finally answered when he returned at NJPW. And Will Ospreay's match against Doug Williams was about as good as you were going to get. You know, it's not gonna be a 5-star classic, but it was still Will Ospreay, and he has a great match against anybody. Could have a great match against a what do they do on DDT, like the blow up dolls and stuff. He would have a great match against that. He's just been phenomenal with his wrestling. And of course, Ricky Knight Jr. Shota Umino, I thought was an absolute fantastic match. I thought the two worked really, really hard. They struggled with being the last on the show, with Will Ospreay coming out before a very entertaining tag team match from Destination Everywhere and
the Legion.
And the best tag team match ever. Now, it's probably not the best tag team match ever, because there are some really great tag team matches. But honestly, as close as you're going to get to being one of the best tag team matches ever, Aussie Open versus the Young Guns. It was phenomenal.
I don't want to knock my Rev Pro on demand service, but I've not been able to get the damn thing to work yet. I am going to watch that match.
You have to skip it a little bit, but yeah, that match is 5 sugars.
Ooh, okay.
As I said, it was the best tag team match I've seen in a long time. It was just phenomenal. Aussie, and it was really weird because you can imagine that the Young Guns were just staring at their future, and Aussie Open was staring back at their past, because the similarities are so, because Ethan Allen being the smaller one, Kyle Fletcher being the smaller one for Aussie Open, obviously grown up. He's trimmed down since his Will Ospreay match.
Mm-hmm.
He's trimmed down a little bit, but he's still big. And Mark Davis is just a beast. He's Dunkzilla for a reason. He's just and as near a perfect, phenomenal tag team match, hard hitting, brutal, a Young Guns match against one of the best tag teams in the world, Aussie Open, Mark Davis, Carl Fletcher, just phenomenal.
And on the back of that, the high stakes championship matches, Aussie Open have been given a shot at the UK Tag Team Championships, the Revio UK British Tag Team Championship
against Destination Everywhere, obviously. Yeah, that's going to be phenomenal. And before that as well, they're actually defending their current PWA Australian Championships. They're going to be on the line again. Well, they were on the line against Lycos Gym. The show's not on RPW On Demand yet. I really want to see the show because I want to see that Lycos Gym versus Aussie Open match because again, it's just going to be so good. But that match stole the show. It's 5 sugars. If I could put 6, 7, I would, because it was a phenomenal tag team match. But after, as the show went off, Ricky Knight Jr. and Will Ospreay, what they said in the ring, one, Will Ospreay calls out CM Punk and says, let's come on, let's have that match you wanted. So huge news coming out of there. Will Ospreay challenges him. And then good old RKJ said, why are you worried about that loser who lost twice in the UFC? And there was just a lot more said. It was, you have to watch it. Will Ospreay rocking the mic. You know, I always thought I never really knew much about what that side of him is going to be. We knew he was a great wrestler, but what was that it factor all over the place? Just star factor. And
excellent.
As a show overall, I would definitely give it 4 sugars. But that tag team match and what happens after the RKJ Shota Umino is can't miss stuff. So if you don't have a Rev Pro on demand, go get a Rev Pro on demand. It's a 2-week free trial. Go check out that 9th anniversary show. Check out that tag team match. Check out Will Ospreay and RKJ's interaction following it. But before all of that, there are plenty of shows. As I say, there's the Portsmouth show that will be hopefully on the RPW on demand service soon. They've got Gideon Gray versus Shota Umino. Lee Hunter versus RKJ. Zoe Lucas versus Hyan. Dan Maloney versus Brendan White. Destination Everywhere versus two
extremely
athletic men team, which is Kenneth Halfpenny and Sean Jackson. Destination Everywhere is Michael Oku and Connor Mills. Sorry if you didn't know them before. Great little tag team, young lads, perfect little super single stars. And of course, the Lycos Gym versus Aussie Open for the PWA Tag Team Championship. Dying to see that. Please put it on the system so we can see it soon. And Robbie X versus Will Ospreay in the main event. Again, come on, I got to see that match. But they've got shows next week as well. Tell us about
They do indeed. Saturday the 4th of September in Sheffield. There's the afternoon show with Hyan versus Hannah Taylor, Mariah May versus Giselle Shaw for the Women's Championship, Chris Ridgway versus Robbie X. That will be brilliant. Mark Haskins versus Adam Maxted. Aussie Open versus Callum Newman and JJ Gale. That again will be a bit special. Screwface Ahmed versus Yota Tsuji.
Yeah, it is. It's Yota Tsuji. You got it right.
I got more faith in myself. And Destination Everywhere versus Lycos Gym for the Tag Team Championships. They then have an evening show.
Indeed.
Evening show, Robbie X versus Kid Lycos 1. Giselle Shaw versus Mariah May versus Zoe Lucas. That's going to be a good match.
Giselle Shaw or Mariah May, who depend on who is champion. It's not a triple threat, sorry.
I want a triple threat.
No, it's either Giselle Shaw or Mariah May, depending on who.
Maybe it'll be a double count out and it'll be a triple threat.
Maybe. Who knows? Good break. We want a triple threat.
Want a triple threat. Dan Maloney versus Doug Williams, Ricky Knight Jr. versus Screwface Ahmed, Haskins and Ridgway, great team, versus Aussie Open, Brendan White, the big Welsh bear, versus Will Ospreay. That match, I'm interested in that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested in that one. And the Young Guns versus Shota and Yota.
Yeah, I love that team. But before we get on, because they've also got a show on Sunday, I just want to shout out. So Hannah Taylor is actually making her Rev Pro UK debut. A fantastic young lady, fantastic young wrestler who's going to go out and kill it over the next little while. She's a superstar in the waiting. As is Aussie Open versus Callum Newman and JJ Gale. That's going to be a phenomenal match. And as you said, Mark Haskins versus Max Stead. What a match.
Oh, yes.
And then the evening show, Young Guns versus Yota and Shota. That's going to be a really good match. Haskins and Ridgway versus Aussie Open. My God, that's going to be a fantastic match. And as I say, so they've got another show on Sunday the 5th at 229 in London, which is Lucian Phillips versus Shota Umino, Robbie X and Lee Hunter versus Haskins and Ridgway, Maloney versus Yota Tsuji, Hyan and Giselle Shaw versus Mariah May and Zoe Lucas, Michael Oku versus Mark Davis of Aussie Open, Curl Fletcher of Aussie Open to take on Connor Mills, so they're building to that match. And then in the main event, the Young Guns and Will Ospreay versus Brendan White, Doug Williams, and Ricky Knight Jr.
Ooh.
Rev Pro are just killing it. They really are.
They are putting on some amazing shows. Thank you, Rev Pro.
Yeah, I just wish they got them onto the on-demand service just a little bit quicker. That'd be my only complaint about RPW, because you get the spoilers, and it can be difficult to avoid those spoilers. And
that's why we don't give them away until they're up online.
Indeed. As I say, hopefully next week that Portsmouth show will be on there. So should we start placing some bets, putting some names on the board? Because we actually didn't do it last week. We forgot to put any names on the board. Yeah, so
go on then.
The Portsmouth Guildhall show. So we got Gideon Gray versus Shota Umino. Shota. Lee Hunter versus RKJ. Zoe Lucas versus Hyan. Lucas. There we go. Hyan for you, Lucas for me, and this is the Rev Portsmouth show.
Dan Maloney versus Brendan White.
Maloney.
White.
Ooh.
He's getting that famed push at the moment.
He's getting a push. He has broken out of the contenders. I've noticed that he's no longer a contender. He's switched gear, so he's no longer a contender. None of them are. They've all graduated, so it'd be good to see who the next lot of graduates are. Destination Everywhere versus two extremely athletic men.
Destination Everywhere.
I would cheer for team, but no, they're not going to win. Destination Everywhere. Lycos Gym versus Aussie Open for the PWA Tag Team Championships. Aussie Open.
I don't know with this one. I mean, I understand that they don't want to lose the PWA Tag Team Championships, but I think Lycos Gym are at that point where they could go international.
Hello, definitely.
I'm going to go Lycos Gym.
Ooh. Lycos.
I think that'd be a nice thing for PWA to have Lycos go over there after Aussie Open come over here.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Let's go. So the next one, and finally, Robbie X versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Sorry, Robbie.
We might as well do next week's show, I guess. This weekend's show. So we got the afternoon show first. Hyann versus Hannah Taylor. Hyann.
I would say Hyann.
Mariah May or Giselle Shaw for the Women's Championship. I'm going to go with Shaw.
I'm going with Shaw as well. This might be a short one, actually.
Chris Ridgway versus Robbie X.
Ridgway.
Mark Haskins versus Adam Maxted.
Mark Haskins.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm going with my head, not my heart.
So yeah, I've gone for Maxted. You've gone for Haskins. No worries. Okay, Aussie Open versus Newman and Gale.
I'm gonna go Newman and Gale.
Oh, that's you're feeling daring.
I am. Plus, it's not been announced that it's for the championship.
Yeah, no, I think I'm a big fan of both Callum Newman and JJ Gale, but Aussie Open. Yeah, if I was booking, I would not be booking Aussie Open to lose matches right now. Screwface Ahmed versus Yota Tsuji. Oh. I'm going to go with Screwface Ahmed.
Oh, this is a bit odd because I was going to go for Yota Tsuji.
It's his debut, but I just feel like there'll be a storyline involving.
Do you think there'll be nefarious means and interferences?
I do. I feel there'll be very nefarious means. So I'm going, Ahmed on that one. Destination Everywhere versus Lycos Gym for the Tag Team Championships. I can't see him changing. Although if Lycos Gym win the PWA Championships, they would then probably go on to challenge Aussie, defend them against Aussie, and then they went on to win the Rev Pro belts. You could have both belts on the line. Ooh, I'm still going to go with Everywhere, but
well, I'm going to follow up my Lycos Gym theory, which you've just explained and saved me the time. Lycos Gym.
Yeah, so they could have a double belt on the line at high stakes. I see where you're going. I could consider it, but I just feel like Aussie Open are being booked to go on to win these championships.
Book ahead. You got to book ahead.
Got to book ahead. You gotta. The evening show. Let's go. Robbie X, Kid Lycos.
Robbie X.
What's next?
Giselle Shaw or Mariah May versus Zoe Lucas. So Zoe Lucas versus champion.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Shaw retaining.
I agree. Cam Maloney versus Doug Williams. I'm going to go for Big Doug.
I'm going with Maloney.
Yeah. I can understand why, but I feel that Doug's needing a couple of wins.
Yeah, Maloney got the big win recently over Maxted. I feel like if they're going to push RKJ to possibly win the title, which I think they should do, you've then got it pre-built in his rivalry.
Next challenger to be Maloney.
With Maloney. So I'm sticking with Maloney. Where are we going?
RKJ versus Screwface.
RKJ.
RKJ. Haskins and Ridgeway versus Aussie Open.
I'm going with Aussie Open.
I'm going with Aussie Open this time.
Brendan White versus Will Ospreay. I'm going to go with Will Ospreay.
Sorry, Brendan. Will Ospreay.
Young Guns versus Shota and Yota.
Tough one.
I'm going to go with the Young Guns.
I'm going to go with Shota and Yota.
I just love the tag team there. Shota and Yota.
Yep.
Yo show.
I'm seeing some great t-shirts coming.
Yeah. Yota and Shota, and who did I say? I said the Young Guns.
So that, I think, rounds up about 20 minutes worth of Rev Pro.
Yeah, well, they're just doing so much at the moment. We'll skip the 229 because I think we've got enough out of thing. Oh, by the way, as I say, you won points at the 9th anniversary show, didn't you?
I believe I did.
Forgot to mention that. So you said Dan Maloney would beat Adam Maxted. I said Adam Maxted would beat Dan Maloney. You were right.
Thank you.
And you said RKJ would beat Shota Umino, and I said Shota Umino would beat RKJ, and you were right. Giving you 2 points, and the scores currently are 8-6. Me.
Whoop, whoop.
2 points in it now. Last matches we did notes for was for the BWR Underground 7, which we'll be reviewing next week.
I'm hulking up.
You are. FNW, you went to see the show. We rewatched the show. So since you went to see the show, feel free, go.
So we just had it reshown on Facebook for free. Fight Nation gave it away before they put it on their on-demand service.
Oh. Have I lost you, Dan? I think we've lost Dan at the moment. I'm not sure why. I'm hoping he's going to come back through. We do apologise. It's not good, Dan. I don't know if it's me or Dan. I seem okay, but it might be my end. Dan maybe suffering issues my end. Dan, if you can hear me, just try and log off. There we go. So I've lost Dan briefly, so you'll have to bear with me. So me by my lonesome for a minute or two while Dan gets back into groove. Let's get on to TNT Ignition, which I watched, which was available via Powered for TV. It was put up there last Sunday, so we did check it out. Leighton Buzzard defeated Man Like the Reese. Chase Alexander defeated Nico Angelo. Scott Oberman defeated Gene Money. Sonna Durson then defeated Tom Felwell to retain the Ignition Championship. And Cameron Salas would go on to win the Ignition Rumble. This is a really fun show. A lot of young competitors. This is almost a developmental promotion for the TNT Extreme show. Hopefully Dan is coming back in. As I say, this was just a really fun show. And I would give it 3.5 sugars. Hello, Dan. Are you back?
Oh, did you miss me?
I very much miss you. I had to cover everything. I skipped onto the TNT Ignition quickly, and I just ran down the results, which was Leighton Buzzard beating Man Like the Reese. Chase Alexander defeated Nico Angelo. Scott Oberman defeated Gene Money. Sonny Durson retained his title against Tom Felwell, and then Cameron Solis won a Ignition Rumble. It was a very fun show. It got 3.5 sugars. The next show was actually yesterday, so it'll be on Powered 4 TV in a couple of weeks. Simon Miller, Big Guns Joe and Brian Aidenson versus Adam Shreddy Foster and Synergy. Ryan Bartram and Candace Daniel. Who do you think is going to win?
Oh, I think that's going to have to be the faces.
Actually, I think I know a couple of the results of this. I don't think it's fair to do this because I think I do know who wins that match.
Actually, I think I saw it on Twitter today as well.
Yeah,
which,
so we won't be doing that. But as I say, TNT Ignition, it was a really fun show. Go get Powered 4 TV, check out TNT Extreme, check out TNT Ignition. It's the developmental brand. So they've got a lot of young British talents, Leighton Buzzard, Nico Angelo, Man Like the Reese, Chase Alexander. All of these guys are just fantastic young performers, and they have bright futures ahead of them. So, shall we get back to FNW Renaissance?
Oh, go on then.
Go for it.
Well, I wanted to have you tell me what you thought, because I was obviously there and did the quick review of it. So I think people have heard what happened. I want to hear what you thought of some of the matches.
Well, they really didn't take the Big Guns show, did they?
No.
No,
he was not popular.
The fans absolutely ripped Big Guns Joe. Poor Big Guns Joe. Just got... Yeah, they were not buying the Big Guns Joe gimmick, and it was actually quite funny to see him work almost as a heel during the match. So it was good match. Man like the Reese, somebody definitely got a lot of talent. Obviously, Mills and Oku absolutely killed it because they're Mills and Oku, and that's what they do.
What did you think of the Brothers Orr and the Billington Bulldogs?
I love the Billington Bulldogs. I love the Brothers Orr. I loved the match. Didn't like the manager of the Brothers Orr, so I'm glad he got beaten up by old Moses afterwards.
Now, you may well have heard a lot of abuse that he got. The abuse that he got was a hell of a lot stronger than what was audible there. The manager was not popular.
No, and yep, Warren Back smashed it. The Young Guns with the draw, the time limit draw. I like the time limit draw. I don't think promotions use them enough. Always good. So apparently they're going to rematch.
That really threw the crowd as well, the time limit draw.
Yeah, it really did. They were like, what? Time limit draw? I love the Young Guns working as a heelish tag team as well. And it's just so brutal. Yes. Warren Banks, Sash Draven, good fun match. Chris Ridgway, Doug Williams, as you say. It's almost like people kind of hold back a little bit when fighting Doug Williams at the moment.
I can understand why.
I can understand why.
And I'm still glad that I got to see it. I'm still glad I got to see a British legend there wrestling.
I mean, his type of grappling is obviously completely different to Doug Williams, but seeing the two I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Two guys just rolling around the ring, transitioning from hold to hold. But I think there's a true beauty in that style of wrestling. Yeah. Watching people who can do that, especially Doug Williams and Chris Ridgway, because they can tie you in knots. The Saber Jr.
Oh, yes.
They can. They're just phenomenal, just what they do. And I think they always deserve as many plaudits as I can give. And it may not be flashy, flippy, but it's damn beautiful.
It is very, very, very good. And it's what wrestling came from. Fight Nation have announced all 5 competitors for their female fight league. They are the amazing, incredible, and fantastic Giselle Shaw, JD, Clementine, Laura Di Matteo, and Sky Smithson.
I think it is just Jade, but just spelt long.
My apologies. Sorry, Jade.
Yeah, so that's they kicked it off on Renaissance with Clementine and Laura Di Matteo. So obviously Laura Di Matteo picked up points. Whereas Clementine did not. I like tournaments, I do. I like this style of tournament as well, the round robin, the league format, two winners two highest go on to face each other in a finals matchup. Just be interesting to see. And as you say, Laura Dimitri, Giselle Shaw, fantastic. Clementine's really coming up. Sky Smithson's fantastic. And I don't know much about Jade, but I look forward to finding out more about Jade.
I'm quite gutted I can't make it on Thursday to the next Fight Nation show because the atmosphere at Unit 9 in Milton Keynes is absolutely brilliant. And at this match, at this show, at Unit 9 in Milton Keynes, bank on it, you will have Chris Ridgway versus Warren Banks. I want to go and watch it. A Z-Force qualifier, Callum Newman versus Dexter. A Z-Force qualifier, Joe Lando, just Joe, who we interviewed recently, and you can listen to that interview and watch that interview on YouTube, versus Callie Gray. The FNW Tag Team Tournament quarterfinals, the Henchmen, Bent on Destruction and Jim Neidhart versus the Rebellion, Jack Torino and Taylor Essex. And a female Fight League match, Laura Di Matteo versus Sky Smithson.
Yeah, that Sky Smithson match is Laura Di Matteo. That's going to be a good match. I don't know much about the tag teams. Just Joe Lando, I believe, is making his FNW re-debut because he, for the former FNW a couple of years ago, he did perform for them. So, and Callum Newman, those two are just absolute phenomenal superstars. And Chris Ridgway, Warren Banks, you say, what phenomenal work hard. And that's, as he said, the Unit 9, Milton Keynes, and that's on this Thursday, the 2nd of September.
Yep.
And it looks to be an absolutely banging show. As I say, I just mentioned about TNT Ignition. They actually had a show, the next show on from the one I watched actually took place yesterday. And we just mentioned the matches there. Let's talk about some NXT UK because, this is how the show started about talking about NXT UK. So let's continue.
Definitely worth talking about it this week because, wow, what a week on NXT UK. I think that everyone has been vitalized by our fantastic match of Dragunov versus Walter, and everyone wants to kick the bejesus out of each other.
Especially Aoife Valkyrie and Ginny. Yeah, as you say, what an opening match.
Yeah, I actually felt sorry for Ginny.
Oh, I did too.
She was crying when she was getting hit. I felt sorry for
she
Ginny,
was selling
really
her ass off.
Yeah,
she was obviously she was getting smacked with a kendo stick. You're gonna sell your ass off when you get smacked with a kendo stick. But yeah, what a great match. I was surprised at how dominant Aoife Valkyrie was, but she was very dominant in the match and came out with the win. Really, really good match.
Brilliant match. Absolutely brilliant match. I know we're not doing individual sugars on these, but for me, that was damn close to 5.
It'd be a 4 sugar for me.
Amel challenged Meiko Satomura, but Amelia McKenzie told her she needed to go through her first because, Meiko Satomura desperately needs a bodyguard.
Yeah, that's what Meiko needs, a bodyguard. It's an interesting thing. I would possibly like to see maybe if we're going to build it this way, then Meiko does go heel with Amelia McKenzie as one of her goons.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen though.
Yeah, never know. But yeah, should be a good match. Amel versus Amelia McKenzie. We haven't seen McKenzie back in the ring for a little while, so like to see her get back in the ring. Always like to see McKenzie in the ring, and Amel's kicking ass at the moment as well.
Indeed. The Cockroach Kenny Williams defeated Oliver Carter in a Heritage Cup match. I enjoyed this.
It was a good match, and Kenny Williams was definitely up to his dirty tricks.
He was, and I thought he was really, really good in this.
But do you know what I took away from it? Ashton Smith let Oliver Carter down.
Is that what you took away from this?
That's what I'm building for this in Teo Man. I'm telling you, Oliver Carter is joining Teo Man's little faction because Ashton Smith let him down.
I know you've been saying this for a while.
It's my thing. That's what I'm just going for it. Oliver Carter, I think he's the next member of Teo Man's little thing.
One little thing in this that I do want to mention, so it's going to come up in something that I point out later.
What's that?
During this match, Kenny Williams undid the middle turnbuckle and threw it at Oliver Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember that later.
Oh, okay. Following the match, it was a 2-1, wasn't it? Oliver Carter picked up the first fall, and then Kenny Williams picked up the next 2 falls. Nina Samuels then came to Sister Garland and said, "I want a match." And
everyone wants more Nina.
Everybody needs more Nina. He gave her a match against Blair Davenport, and she was so happy. She screamed about it.
Yeah, ecstatically happy.
Poor Davenport. I mean, poor Nina. Yeah, poor Davenport. She's going to get her ass whooped by Nina Samuels. It's the Nina Samuels show after all.
Indeed. We then finally had the Rampage Brown versus Joe Coffey TKO or submissions match.
They beat the crap out of each other, didn't they?
They did. They hit each other very hard. They threw each other long distances over big things. And they also had a turnbuckle issue because you may have noticed they changed the turnbuckles. As opposed to having the 3 individual turnbuckles, you had the long pads that covered them.
The more traditional, and the old school. Yeah,
it's a little bit odd. It's almost like it wasn't filmed at the same time in the same ring.
No, it was, as you say, they kind of battered each other. I think Rampage Brown was the winner, was the right choice because
I agree.
We've seen Coffey versus Ilya Dragunov. We haven't seen Rampage Brown versus Ilya Dragunov yet, so I think that's the next match.
I thought it was a really good, hard-hitting match, and I think this has been one of the best weeks of NXT for a while.
Yeah, you can't not give it. I think overall, that NXT UK, I've got to give it 4.5 sugars.
4.5? Wow, you generous man.
Being very generous. It was an hour long.
I'm doing the same.
The opening and ending matches were absolutely fantastic and a really fun match in between.
An hour of great wrestling. Go out. Well, it's an hour and 10 minutes technically. Do go out of your way to watch it.
No, your ICW Fight Club.
Charlie Weiss of the cabinet, of Thatcher's cabinet, versus Logan Smith to begin with. Logan Smith used his brain and he bought out an insurance policy because while we know that the cabinet always follow the rules,
of course,
sometimes referees can get confused. So Logan Smith made sure that Jimmy Pierce was there with a kendo stick, so there was no confusion about anything happening.
Of course, because, you got to play by the rules, like the cabinet's rules.
And unfortunately, Jimmy Pierce did interfere a little bit.
The nefarious tactics by these ICW thugs.
Now, we're going to get onto that in a minute. Logan Smith was the winner. BT Gunn versus Ravy Davey next. Ravy Davey with possibly the greatest entrance music of anybody in professional wrestling at the moment. And that's even with CM Punk coming back.
Yeah, I still don't understand how he wrestles in that. He must get so hot.
He wrestles in a full tracksuit on top of his wrestling singlet. The tracksuit being a shelf suit designed by...
Oh, yeah, it was designed by Rebecca Resner.
It was indeed.
And
Coach Tripp came out and interfered this time, and Ravy Davey got the win after the interference from Coach Tripp. That would make 2 matches, 2 interferences.
This is ICW after all.
Match 3, Grant McIver versus Stevie James. McIver tapped out because Grant McIver is a member of the Manifesto.
He is.
Who interfered. 3 matches, 3 interferences. At this point, even I was starting to get a little bit out ICW. But
Because it's not because it's ITW, so there's no rules, so it's not actually an interference. It's playing by the rules.
It's okay because the next match, they both wrestled by the rules. It was a brilliant match. It was Sheikh El Sham versus Andy Wilde.
I've seen this one. This was good. I watched this one this afternoon.
It was very good, wasn't it?
Really good match.
Andy Wilde has been getting into phenomenal shape ahead of his match coming up in the next, I think it's in 2 weeks' time now. It's going to be the 1 hour match with Leighton Buzzard. And Sheik is shaky, baby. He is very, very, very fit, healthy, big, strong. And these guys had a big Hoss match, and it was great.
Yeah, he's going to be a breakout star this over the next year. Is Sheikh El Sham phenomenal?
Yeah. We then had Saqib Ali versus Levi. I've got to admit, I've just lost interest in Saqib Ali and the whole storyline with Crystal. I'm struggling to care, which I feel really bad about.
It's not one of the high points of ICW Fight Club.
The match was meh. Saqib Ali won. Angel Hayes versus Casey. Casey came out, and this was obviously recorded just after the TNT Extreme Deathmatch tournament.
I watched this one as well.
Casey was not able to compete, so Molly Spartan stepped in her place, which is what friends do. Friends look out for each other. It was, again, a good match. I enjoyed this match. What did you think?
I thought it was better than the Sheik and Andy Wilde match. I thought it was phenomenal. The young lioness is an incredible young performer, and Molly Spartan, she's almost a veteran in the scene. I don't want to call her a veteran because she's obviously still very young, and she's definitely one of the best bigger girls in the scene at the moment.
Yep, she is definitely a female heavyweight, and she is brilliant. She can do everything, really.
Yeah, she can. She
can hold an interview well as well.
Yeah, as I say, she right now she is definitely on the UK scene. She's the best big girl, and I don't see it taking long for her to be breaking into one of the larger companies soon.
I do hope Casey goes with her.
Yes, Casey too, yeah, because she's phenomenal. And again, she's almost a veteran on the scene, a 3-time.
We then had Kev Evans versus Luke Cairo.
I want to see this one. You tell me who won anyway, I don't mind. So.
No, you know what? I'm not going to say. I'm going to say, let's talk about this one very quickly together next week.
Okay.
I think this is worth waiting and speaking to you about.
Because it's for the championship, of course.
It is indeed.
Big fan of Cairo. Love the Kyroscope finisher. Should be called the Cairo Cutter. But phenomenal young talent. And Kev Evans at the moment, he's the man at ICW at the moment.
He is.
He's holding it down. He's almost doing the Nick Aldis thing for ICW, obviously in a completely different way, but he's kind of become that figure right now in ICW. They haven't got their true champion, which is Noam Dar.
He's busy on a sofa in London.
He is, along with Shah Samuels, who apparently is the #1 contender. Anyway, less said about that, the better. Right, Progress Wrestling, Chapter 119. I watched it. It was brilliant. Sunshine Machine defeated Big Money Gun Dogs. Warren Banks defeated Sandy Beach. Malik defeated Man Like Doris. It wasn't a very good weekend for Man Like Doris. Spike Gervais defeated Ethan Allen. Mercedes Blaze defeated Ronnie Knox. Cara Noir defeated Dean Allmark to retain the title. Giselle Shaw and Alexa Fountain went to a no contest thanks to Mercedes Blaze and Tonga. Then it was the second chance Scramble.
The idea of the second chance Scramble I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, and it was elimination rules. It was done in the Thunder Bastard rules. So each entrant coming out within 2 minutes. Then the next entrant does come out. And obviously, to get eliminated, it is pinfall, submission, or disqualification. It started off with Maloney and Elijah. They were then joined by Jody Fleisch and then Danny Black. Danny Black then eliminated Elijah. Charlie Sterling then entered the match while Jody Fleisch eliminated Dan Maloney. Chris Ridgway enters and then Luke Jacobs enter. Charlie Sterling eliminated Jody Fleisch, and then Kid Lycos came out as the final entrant. Lycos is able to eliminate Sterling thanks to Kid Lycos 2's help. Jacobs and Ridgway then eliminated Danny Black. Jacobs and Ridgway then eliminated Kid Lycos. Ridgway and Luke Jacobs then beat the crap out of each other, and Ridgway picked up the win.
Yay!
It was really, really good. There was, as I say before that, there was some tension between Spike Trevay and Northwest Strong that led to the match between Spike Trevay and Ethan Allen, which Spike Trevay won. Sunshine Machine and Big Money Gun Dogs was a fun match. The way it got started was literally because they pied Big Guns Joe. So that was quite funny at the start of the show. Sunshine Machine, then that's a good match. Sandy Beach was really impressive for his singles debut against Warren Black. Malik and Man Like Doris had a really, really strong, fun, big, hard-hitting match. Cara Noir, Dino Mark is going to be as good as you can probably expect. And overall, again, really, really good show. Not as good as their previous week. Although this show was an hour less, so give them points for that. So given that in the basis, I'm going to give it 4 sugars overall.
Yay! That was very kind of you.
I know I'm very, very kind, aren't I?
This is one of the places we need a jingle.
Yeah, because I think that just kind of rounds up all the big news and all the reviews, as you say, all the big shows that have been available. Obviously, the Progress and the ICW show, as well as NXT UK, is all available on the WWE network. RPW on demand for the Rev Pro show. The FNW was actually just out for the week on Facebook. I think it's still there, so quickly go and watch it for free. And TNT Ignition is available via Powered for TV. It's so easy to keep up with British wrestling at the moment, and if you're not paying attention to it, you really should, because there's some phenomenal talents. The big superstars may have gone NXT UK. Let's just quickly talk. Has NXT UK helped or hindered the UK scene? Let's just quickly have a quick discussion about that.
Helped.
I think so too. In the long term, I think it hurt in the short term. It took away all the big stars, as we know, in the short term, and left the UK scene without a lot of their big stars. However, it's given people a chance, and more people, I think, now are going out and looking for training schools in the UK, because now there is more belief that you can make it to the WWE than ever before because of NXT UK. And I think in the long term, it has helped breed a lot of incredible young talents.
I also believe that because of NXT UK, more UK wrestlers believe that they will be signed even at not a traditional WWE style of build and height and weight. They've looked at Tyler Bate, they've looked at Pete Dunne, they've looked at Piper Niven, and they have seen that it doesn't matter what your body style is. What matters is how you wrestle. And my God, we've got some fantastic young wrestlers coming up through the UK independent scene right now.
Indeed. And we've got incredible training schools up and down the country. So you're young, if you're watching this and you're young and you're British, go look for one of these training schools. There's phenomenal schools. And even if you don't make it that thing, there's Japan, there's the American Indies, and the UK indie scene right now is booming. Just needs a federation. But anyway, let's just have a look around the scene because, as we say, the UK scene is booming.
It is. We'll start off with Superstar Pro Wrestling. Superstar Pro have announced the first 3 matches for their third show, Thunder Brawl. We shall start with Harley Hudson versus Lucy Sky.
Should be a really, really good match. Harley Hudson is somebody I highly tip as a hot prospect right now.
The Scally Lads, Dougie Matthews versus Joey the Pirate versus Made to Last, Ryan Thorne and Leon Gray.
Okay, so actually a Scally Lads, Dougie Matthews
and Joe the Pirate.
Yeah, Joey the Pirate.
My apologies. I've got a verses where I should have had an ampersand. I do apologise.
Terrible. But yeah, I don't know much about these guys. Superstar Pro, fun little promotion. So be interesting to check them out because their shows are available on Powered 4 TV.
They are indeed. Our friends at UKPW made their return to action at the Herne Bay Festival, and you can check out some of their matches in full and for free. I like free. On their YouTube channel, and they include
the Battle of the Bay Qualifier, Alexander Roth and Dom Taylor, Callie Gray versus Tommy Lawrence, Stuart Shepherd versus Jake O'Grady, Jack Kent versus KM Lane. Then there is a tag team match, Smart Money, which is Fentos and Dow Jones versus Heavy Metal, Buff Broadside, and The Nail. And then there is a final fatal 4-way for the Battle of the Herne Way Festival. So, final battle, which I'm not going to give away who's there. I've actually gone on and I've watched few of the matches and really fun. One of the things I really liked about the show because it was at a festival, so there was no tickets or anything. It was just kind of free to watch, and you can see the first match and you can see how many people are sat around, and then if you go, like I say, you watch them through and you get to that final match and you can see how big the crowd got.
It's kind of like the opposite of me DJing. It starts off big and ends up with just sort of like 1 or 2.
No, it was really fantastic to see, and the kids again absolutely loved it. Alexander Roth in particular, the children were absolutely huge fans of. And as I say, you saw it each match go through. The crowd just keeps growing. People just kept coming down and sitting down and watching because people were just getting interested, and that's fantastic to see. So. Well done, UKPW. Well done, Alex. We love you guys. One of the first we actually had Dow Jones, or his alter ego, Alex Gilbert, on the show. He gave us some behind the scenes knowledge about UKPW and a bunch of fantastic guys. Why don't you tell us about their actual, their true first show coming up?
Press start at the Medway Centre. Sorry, in Medway at the Lordswood Leisure Centre, not the Medway Centre. They are 2 different buildings. As part of the 8-woman tournament to crown the first ever UKPW Women's Championship, we're going to start off with Clementine, who we love, versus Evie Madden. Her BDSM buddy, Mr. Charles Crowley, will also be in action against UK veteran Mike Bird. The Business, Anton Green and Gabriel Myers versus 2 Good Eggs, JJ Lynch and Rex Armstrong. And one of our other favourites, Danny Black, will be taking on Ashmore.
Yeah, I've seen the UKPW Women's Championship belt. It's fantastic. So good luck to all the women taking part in that. It's fantastic to see that UKPW have introduced a women's championship. Actually, I just want to go back because one thing that the EPW, there were lots of young girls in the crowd and they didn't have a women's match, and that was a bit disappointing. So
I'm sure they will change that soon.
Yeah, I've seen that they have got some really good women on their books, so for other shows. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more women's show on their shows. Sorry, North Wrestling. I went to them a couple of weeks ago. We talked about it on the last show. Tickets are now on sale for their second show, Keep Your Distance, which is on the 23rd of October, and there will be very limited allocated seating available, so don't miss out. Now, if you remember, if you did watch last week, I did talk about North, not the fact that they didn't have seating options, so they put limited seating options in their That's phenomenal to see. It's great that because they did mention that they listened to the show. They thanked us for the kind words that we said about the show. And they did say that, if I did go to shows again, that obviously I would be made to feel comfortable, which is very, very nice. It's really great when we see promotions reach out to us like that. And it's really good to see that they've taken on board what we said. So I'm sure there are other reasons. It's not just us, but I'd say they are putting in the seats this week, and I think that's fantastic. So great work, North.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. Catch Pro Wrestling. Catch Pro announced 2 new matches for the Catch 3 show Coronation, adding Lucia Lee versus Rain to an already stacked card. This will be Lucia Lee's second appearance for Catch, with Rain making her debut for the promotion's 3rd show. Catch 3 is scheduled for the 19th of September at the Union in Manchester. Both previous shows are now available to watch for free on YouTube. Again, still my favourite price. Do you want to go over the card?
Well, yeah, it's a fantastic. So Lizzie Evo will be defending her women's championship, though she won at Catch 2. Tom Farewell is taking on Scotty Rourke, which is going to be a phenomenal match. 2 brilliant young talents. Lycos Jim are going to be taking on Jodie Fleisch and Dean Allmark in a no DQ match. That's going to be excellent. And I love it because it's mixed, because Jodie Fleisch and Dean Allmark are the back, are the heels, and Lycos Jim are the faces. Such a unique booking compared to everybody else right now. Charles Crowley is holding an open challenge. Ivy is facing in a triple threat match. So it's Ivy versus Tonga versus Heidi Katrina. Lucia Lee versus Rain, as just mentioned. And the final match, the latest match to be announced, JJ Webb and Alexis Falcon versus Chantel Jordan and a mystery partner. Chantel Jordan and Alexis Falcon stole the show at Catch 2. So, again, I'm sure this is going to be absolutely fantastic. What the work the Catch have been doing, the 2 shows that they've been putting on, the way they represent themselves on social media, a company that we absolutely think people should be following right now. And they've put on 2 great shows so far. Very new promotion, but fantastic 2 first shows. This 3rd show looks to be banging. So, well done. Go Catch.
Yay. BW.
Yeah, British Wrestling Revolution. Tickets are now on sale for Underground 8. That is on the Friday, the 1st of October in Grimsby. They've announced the first matchup with Underground champion Will Cruz will be defending his championship against the Young Guns, Ethan Allen. We'll be watching BWR's Underground 7, which just became available on the BWR On Demand service. So we will be watching that next week, and we'll be talking about it next week.
You shall indeed. Purpose Wrestling have announced 2 more matches for their 2nd show on the 10th of September at the Merton Arts Space in Wimbledon. This will include Clementine versus Kira Chimera, the OJMO versus Rex Armstrong.
Which is actually Michael Oku, by the way. That's Orange Juice Michael Oku.
Yes. Already announced Jordan Breaks versus Connor Mills, Warren Banks versus David Francisco. Matches from the 1st show will be uploaded to the YouTube channel soon.
Free, and they have actually just uploaded their first match. I can't remember who is in it, but it was released at 8:30 earlier today.
Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to look at that yet because...
No, neither have I, because we've been recording. Anyway... UBW, you're going to UBW next week.
I am going to UBW next week. I'm going to UBW Assemble, and they've been using some imagery quite similar to another Assemble film that was held. That is going to be in Biggleswade on September the 5th. I will get to see the Square One champion Jimbo versus the Sassy Bear Clarence. The heavyweight champions, the heavyweight Heartbreakers, will be taking on mystery opponents. CJ Carter versus Truman Thelwell. We have Adam Ralph versus Memes versus Smashing Mike for the Young Lions Championship. Clementine will be taking on Ricky Calvert. And they have now had a change for the UBW British Championship. Spike Valentine will no longer be taking on Kyle Kingsley. Unfortunately, Kyle Kingsley has had to withdraw due to illness. He will be taking on Voodoo, a 7-foot giant who some people may recognise, I believe, from a certain former British lucha company. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, so you're gonna tell us all about it next week
I
at
will let you know
UBW.
all about it. I can't wait.
That's Ultimate British Wrestling, isn't it?
It is indeed. You can follow them on Facebook.
They're local to you, aren't they? You said
they are
that they
based
run a
in
school.
Biggleswade. They have their own school, which I believe is in Henlow in Bedfordshire.
They've obviously got connections with Square One Academy, which is in Hitchin.
They do indeed, which is actually, I believe, on the verge of moving.
Oh, they're moving again. They literally just moved to Hitchin, so that's a shame. Yeah, so our picks the next weekend. If you're interested, definitely go check out that FNW show in Milton Keynes on Thursday the 2nd.
Yep.
When it comes to Saturday, those double shows for Rev Pro in Sheffield are just phenomenal. Superstar Pro Wrestling, a company who I think got a good future in Liverpool on Saturday. And then, of course, on Sunday will be Rev Pro at the 229 and the UBW Assemble in Biggleswade. So next week, we will be reviewing NXT UK, Rev Pro Portsmouth Show, BW Gold, Underground 7, Progress Wrestling, and ICW, plus bringing you all the latest British wrestling news. Have you got anything else, Dan?
Oh, I don't think I do. I think we've covered quite a lot there.
I think we have.
What I would like to say, guys, do leave feedback. Do let us know what you think. If there's anything we can change, tweak, or adapt, let us know, and we will do our best to do that.
Indeed. And with that said, we have been two grown men drinking tea, talking about grown adults wrestling in tights. Have a great day. Have a great night. And remember, folks, don't feed the trolls.